very hard to define what it is, but it's kind of like, you know it when it's there. You're like, oh, yes, you and I have this thing. But what I love about friendship is it's always evolving and changing. So friendship is something that is that strong connection to me always stays there, even though nothing is ever the same. It's always changing. You know, just like I was saying, like friendships change, communities change too, you know, and this place, you know, it's the original settlement just a few yards away down there on Alki Beach, and now Alki is completely changed, right? The historical society is this constant. Everything else is changing, but that tree or the log house, which is, you know, made of logs, it kind of remains the same as sort of this pillar that's here. So I think it's something that people can look at, oh, we've got all these different things happening, and who knows what the future is going to have, but we also have this stability that's here for the Log House Museum. And as long as that's there, I think it provides this really great sort of inspiration and, I don't know, comfort to the community.
In a time when meaningful connection has been extra challenging, the Historical Society has made extraordinary efforts to be present and engaged as a friend to the community. We created new online interactive experiences focused on intriguing topics such as the history of local craft beer, the LGBTQ community then and now, comparing life on the Duwamish Peninsula during the pandemic of today to the early 1900s, and even a cooking demonstration tied into the history of fishing derbies once held right here off of Alki. We expanded our digital presentations to encompass popular existing programs, such as the Words, Writers, and Southwest Stories series, which profiled the works of 12 authors and their fascinating historical works. We launched a youth writing contest to encourage students in local schools to learn more about women history makers of the Duwamish Peninsula, and retooled the experience we typically offered as field trips for student groups into an online experience, making it more accessible to a wider audience. In fact, we've nearly doubled the number of students we've served. At the heart of many of these programs is a commitment to collaboration, celebrated through our supportive partnerships with groups like Save the Stone Cottage, Alki Beach Pride, and the Duwamish Tribe. And we're so grateful for the support of our generous sponsors, including Luna Park Cafe, Alki Beach Academy, For Culture, the City of Seattle Office of Arts and Culture, and Home Street Bank, and our in-kind sponsors, including Paperboat Booksellers, Hunt Jackson, Bakery Nouveau, Always West Seattle Podcast, and the West Seattle Blog.
And of course, we were thrilled to reopen the Log House Museum when it was deemed safe to do so, devising and implementing new health and safety protocols for our staff, volunteers, and visitors. It's been so great to welcome our friends like you back to this very special place that holds many memories and so much history. We've been through a lot together as friends and neighbors in the Duwamish Peninsula community. And what we've learned as we've leaned on each other is how important it is to make meaningful connections that honor our unique stories and our shared history. With that in mind, our goal is to increase our programming for youth and schools, broaden the range of subjects explored in our adult programs and exhibits, record more of your stories for posterity, and so much more. As we work to deepen our commitment to the youth and school students on the peninsula and beyond, I'm excited to announce that we'll be hosting our second annual Youth Writing Contest in 2022. We're also partnering with Madison Middle School to pilot an annual youth exhibit initiative through which several dozen local students will develop new exhibits for the public to explore at the Log House Museum. We can't wait to open this to broader participation later next year. Furthermore, I'm thrilled to share that we're offering a new field trip experience, both in person and digitally, which explores early relations between the Duwamish tribe and the first Euro-American settlers who called the peninsula home. This field trip experience will be available to thousands of students across the peninsula and beyond, and it's being developed to support our new exhibit, Spirit Returns 2.0, which re-examines what life was like on the peninsula in 1851 and how relationships between the Duwamish tribe and the first permanent Euro-American settlers still informs life in our community today. This exhibit and all of the programmatic and educational offerings that emanate from it are a product of a deep friendship and collaboration with our partners at the Duwamish Longhouse, where you can explore the Duwamish tribe's contribution to this exciting and insightful joint exhibit. The Historical Society is honored to call the Duwamish tribe our partners, and we look forward to deepening our friendship in the months and years ahead. The history of our peninsula is your history. There are countless stories, voices, and perspectives to share. As we look ahead to 2022, I'm excited to announce that we're redoubling our efforts to collect more of your stories and histories through our Peninsula Voices Oral History Project. At the heart of this community's history are individuals like you, and we are inspired by the opportunity to connect with and learn from you to more fully understand the peninsula we call home.
In all of our efforts, we're more focused than ever on not just preserving our history, but examining it, discussing it, and more fully exploring it together.
With your help, the Historical Society can build on the friendships we've made throughout our history to reach and represent more people in more ways than ever.
You can be a friend to the Historical Society as a member or a sponsor.
Or as a donor or volunteer.
With the support of friends like you, we can continue to expand our mission of serving the communities of West Seattle, South Park, and White Center.
Together, we can commit real energy and resources to preserving our shared history, celebrating our diversity, and building connections to the past and present that strengthen our community.